a WCB podcast. It's episode 650. 650, right on the center line. Hey, Eric.
How's it going, Kurt? How are you doing?
Holy shit, Doug's here.
Doug's back.
That's 50 away from 700.
Doug, how many episodes have you missed lately, brother?
2.
Huh? 3? 3?
I think he's been gone a month, hasn't
What's
he?
happening?
2.5.
Why?
Are we losing you, bud?
I'm fine.
Jordan's just looking for an opportunity to just rob your spot.
Have you seen his mustache? We're fine.
It's getting there, though.
All I've seen you do is shop vac the plywood floor in the new studio, and Jordan's
Yeah,
been
but
over
it's
there.
clean. You could eat off that thing.
Would you? Would you eat off it?
I would.
You would for real?
No.
Good to see you, Doug. Lee Herr's in here, co-hosting.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
The love and hate Lee, but at least he's not Clint. Am I right?
Hey.
Hey-oh.
Sam Ubo, what's up, brother?
Hey, man. It's good to be back.
Travis,
What's up?
you're here
I am here.
with not enough Wisconsin beers for everybody.
Just got 2.
Fuck you guys.
He only brought 2.
Chase Nation back in the house. Thanks for coming, boys. We meant to do this one months ago.
Yeah. I don't know. The night got away from us.
We're on different time.
It was a fun night, though.
We had a good time. Everybody had a good time. But no, it's good to see you guys. What's new in the land of Chase Nation?
Oh, man. We're just getting ready to launch season 8. That'll start airing in, we were going to start airing in September, but I think we might launch a Colorado elk hunt in August.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
Yeah, that was one of the ones Travis was on with one of our guys, Ben Ernster. Did you guys set up a spike camp?
Sort of. We ended up truck camping, but I mean, with our spike camp shit.
All right.
My floorless tent.
A little more explanation than people probably needed. But you just been like, yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, okay, back that up. Turn it over.
Hell yeah, we did.
Hell yeah, we did.
Love the honesty.
Yeah, for sure. Well, congrats.
Yeah,
8
appreciate it.
seasons.
Yeah, man, it's been kind of a bumpy road.
You guys have outweathered like the
A lot.
storm for like what most people would, and 8 years of filming and all the just the bullshit. You could be like the guy
Grinding.
that a few episodes ago was just mad he didn't make it.
Dude,
in the
they
industry.
say like most marriages, you figure out if your marriage is gonna last after like I think it's 6 years or 5 years or something. And you with this show, man, yeah, it right around that 5 or 6 year period, I was so engaged with what I was doing that I definitely kind of felt like I either needed to go all in or pump the brakes a little bit. And then I ended up getting divorced. So that kind of made me pump the brakes. So we missed on a lot of content that, probably should have been produced. Last year we started pulling it back together, and now this year was probably, other than our first season, probably our best year yet. Mm-hmm. I think we're coming out with like 14 bucks on the ground, an elk.
Damn.
Yeah, and then a bunch of youth hunts that were really successful. And it's just cool to see the kids getting deer. So
Yeah.
So once the season launches, season 8, how frequent can someone catch an episode?
yeah, we're gonna do every Friday on a weekly basis.
Damn.
Yep, and I've been editing late nights almost daily. I wait till the kids go to bed, and my fiance, she's in bed early, so I get everybody tucked in, and then I go open a cold one and I edit until maybe like midnight or 1, and then close up shop, get up, go to work, and come back and do it all over.
Love it.
Yeah, so it's been a roller coaster. There's times where I take a few days off, but you get on an editing project, it's hard not to go right back to it while your mind is still fresh on what you were kind of the angle you were going for.
Yeah.
How many episodes?
So right now, 13 buck episodes. 12 buck episodes. One's got 2 on it. And then there's going to be 5 does, which I'm not sure how I'm going to do these. They're youth hunts. Mm-hmm. So we got Travis's kids. We married those hunts into an episode with Travis. We've got Steve Jeffrey took both of his boys out. They got deer. My daughter got a deer. And Matt Hosel, who you just saw that stopped in. We were just putting food plots in today. He got his daughter her first doe and her first buck. Mm-hmm. And everything's on film, so it's content rich.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Good. That's awesome.
That's what you want.
And it's
yeah.
kind of crazy too. Like you think of like the 8 years. My youngest, who shot his first deer this year, had just turned. No,
He's just a baby.
he wasn't. Shit, what year did we start it? 17, right?
2016 January.
Yeah. So when we started this, Brady was
That's super
6
cool.
months old, and then he shot a deer on film.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
awesome.
Yeah. and
Oh, dude, just when our kids get old, they're gonna be on here talking shit with us. They're gonna. I hope my kids have their first. This sounds fucked up. Have their first beers on the podcast.
Hell yeah.
Legally.
So we
I
were,
don't give a fuck. I don't know what that does for me. But.
we have, all our partners expect us to deliver content, and we thought, hey, you know what? We should get a cabin somewhere. Let's just spend a 3-day weekend. We'll get lost. All we'll do is shoot content.
Yeah.
And then we got this film called The Mentor that we're building for Badlands. And it's Steve Jeffrey. He shot this split G 3-buck, and I was over his shoulder with the camera, and it's sick footage.
Yeah.
I mean, focus is on point. You can see blood just pumping out both sides, and it's just, it's really good stuff. Snow falling. This was on Halloween, so last day of October, you got snow coming down. We're freezing our asses off, and then we get this spectacular kill on film. I said, dude, we need to make sure we make this like our feature film of the year. And he was all in. He signed up to go get that cabin with me for those 3 days to go shoot content. And we thought, well, let's also shoot some B-roll to build into that film. We're going to call it The Mentor. It's going to be about your upbringing in the outdoors, how your dad got you involved, that whole thing. So we went up there with all these ideas of these shots we were going to get. You know how it is, man. You get the guys together. Well, it's just him and I, but too many beers. Then we were like, hey, we're by the Mississippi, so let's go fish for walleyes. It's spring. And then we might as well stop at the bar afterward.
Yeah, too much fun.
Yeah, we get back, and our horses are rough. Our voices are hoarse, and we're like just screwed up, man. I watched back some of the stuff that we filmed, and Steve's emotional talking about his dad. But we're sitting there watching it and we're laughing because it's just so ridiculous, I'm like, I don't know, man. We might need to redo that.
I love that.
Take two.
That's
Yeah.
awesome, though.
That's the reality behind making these films.
Hey, it's part of it, and it's
Shit happens.
What was we were talking a little bit before the podcast. What was the first episode you guys did with us?
The first
Yours was 139 because that's the first episode I ever listened to.
yeah,
And that was like
Early on.
that was when
the
I was
launch.
hunting with Jared.
139.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
'cause-
and you were with
We talked about what it's like to hunt with Jared Scheffler for about 30 minutes, and then it was like, you know what, Sam, tell me a little bit about you, and I was like, all right, cool.
and you had that app back in the day too.
Yeah, the Hunt More and Fish More app. I was working.
Oh,
on
yeah,
Too
yeah,
Smart
yeah.
for-
Oh, yeah.
So you guys have done what I just pull up Chase Nation 425, 473, 562.
Yeah, I think when you and I recorded for the first time, was I doing Chase Nation yet? I was filming with Jared.
We had just started.
I think I was also filming with Wisconsin Whitetail Pursuit at the time.
Man, it's been
No,
9 years,
we
really.
just-
I remember
started
that episode with the app though.
Yeah, well, that was that canoe buck, that picture everybody knows. I mean, that's when I shot that deer, and I think we talked about that for a good hour about that hunt. And I went off the rails talking about like hubs and bluffy terrain, and I was like using my fingers, and I was like, yeah, so you know how they got ridges that come like this, and I got
139 is just self-titled your name.
yeah.
But me and Sam, we started. We met. Actually, I never met Sam while we were on this project together. Was Wisconsin Whitetail Pursuit, and then that got we got sick of it, and we started Chase Nation.
Yeah,
I shouldn't say we got sick of it.
They're forcing like sponsors that we didn't believe in the products, and
But I had Chase Nation links in this episode 139.
See, we had. I think. So what happened?
What year?
We had a backlog of footage, of
Oh.
because it was Wisconsin Whitetail Pursuit, so it was like all whitetail stuff.
Let me read you the description from 139. Sam Ubel joins the podcast this week. Sam's life is full of the outdoors, from hunting on film, outdoor riding, and fishing. Sam has some great experience and knowledge in DIY hunting and public land hunting, along with some great stories and tips for every listener. And I have all the Chase Nations up. Info about Sam.
That sounds just like you.
Filming hunts since 2006. Co-founded Chase Nation in December of 2016, featuring 100% DIY fair chase hunts for all species. And then I got like a full thing. That's when I actually like
listen to
wrote
that.
descriptors. Now I'm just like, It's not as important, I think, as I thought it was. It's like, if you look at Rogan, his cover arts are the most simple. And if it's with Doug Schmidt as the guest, it's Doug Schmidt is a host from Working Class Bowhunter. That's the description.
Have you ever actually like gone through and read to the bottom of a descriptor before? Like, I don't.
Hey, but
I usually see a name that clicks and I listen.
But what word did you hear the most out of that description? DIY, right?
Yeah,
That's like when DIY was like
It was popping off.
But it's like,
then.
how else are you
OTC.
doing it?
Shit was
If you-
hot.
a guide, maybe, but like, even then,
Take that shit.
I've never been on a guided hunt where you've been like so spoon fed that you didn't have any effort in it.
Yeah.
We're all DIYing it every year if you think about it.
Correct.
You know,
Yeah, but it's
I DIY, make my own money to pay a guide.
You think anybody has a DIY tattoo? Somebody has to have gone there.
yeah,
Someone
for
from Utah for sure.
for sure. Oh,
They're
they're
5'6". They wear a flat brim.
I'm a
and-
DIY.
Oh, a DIY tattoo from Utah.
Yeah.
Oh, I see the least amount of tattoos in Utah.
It's on
fair,
their
dude.
calf for sure.
No, Utah is a great state to hunt, and like it's all good. And there's a lot of great hunters from Utah, but Utah fucking sucks for doing anything fun besides hunting.
That's true.
We went out there for Western Hunt Expo.
We had to try to have fun.
The
That's-
Midwest is the best area in the country to have fun.
100%.
Nightlife
Dude, I buy
wise,
that.
drinks. It's not the same, bro.
It's
I
not.
buy that.
Midwest people are way cooler than any other people on the planet, and that's a
Drink for
fact.
that.
Pat ourselves on the back.
Yeah, we're cool.
Look how cool we are.
Hey, cheers to us. huh?
Hey,
No, we went out to Utah for Western Hunt, and
You always find the Midwest guys too because they're the only ones at the bar drinking.
you can't get a beer anywhere. You can't see tits like you want. I mean, not that we just heard that. You know, just whatever.
it's just through the rumor mill.
You talk to a guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what some people said.
That's what they said.
You know, but the Midwest is where
Other
it's at.
Midwestern said that.
Yeah, that's what we were told.
The
But,
two other that were there.
yeah,
They
but,
regulate their alcohol. It's terrible.
But no, I just brought up like the old episodes that just shows like how long we've been in cahoots. You know.
Yeah, man. I mean, with Travis and I came to your house back when you had the studio out of your house, and that went. That's the first time we recorded
Dude,
together.
I'll never forget this.
3.5 hours.
Mark Drury called in.
Yeah.
And for like, dude, and I was like, I'm sitting,
We
like, it
were
was fucking
drunk.
surreal to me. I looked at Sam and like Mark Drury's in my headphones. I'm like, is this fucking happening? Like, dude, like, I mean, for me, that's like a little basketball player meeting Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
what it was is we went around the circle and we were like, hey, like who are your top 5 idols, in the hunting industry? And we were all naming them off. And somebody said Mark Drury, and you're like, you know what? I got his number. Should we call him? And then you called him up. That was sweet.
I remember that now. Yeah,
that was pretty cool. I mean, like, we drove down for a podcast, and all of a sudden, like, I'm talking to Mark Drury.
Yeah,
that's funny, dude.
we left your place. We went just a couple miles down the road and stopped at a hotel and got a room. And Travis ordered 2 pizzas. There's just 2 of us. He got 16 inches, and the guy comes and delivers them. And I think the total was like
Dude,
$30.
It was I gave him a really big tip. I was just like, hey, here
He
you
gave
go.
him $60.
I was feeling generous, and he like almost broke down in the hallway. He's like, I've been having a tough time.
He
I'm
hugged
like,
him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The pizza guy hugged you.
This guy way too much beer
So-
in me for like have this moment with you, but I'm happy for you.
No, I don't like wasting food, but man, I shouldn't even admit this, but just to further that story,
I don't think we ate much
we
of it.
we woke up the next day. There's 3 pieces of pizza missing.
At too large.
two giant pizzas just full. We're like, hey, we're hungover. Let's get in the car and drive to work. I think we had to go home. I was going to work.
I'm self-employed. I doubt I did.
Yeah, no, you probably took the day off.
I love that. Real quick side story. When I worked for Deere, they gave us $75 a meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner when we were on traveling.
A meal?
A meal,
Holy shit.
$75 a meal. So, like at dinner at night, we'd go out with like the engineers and customers, and we'd buy the customers. It's part of the gig.
Yeah.
But then, like, I'd always go out if it's $50. If it's over $50, you got to like explain what it was. So, like, when I was in Idaho for a month and a half, we went to the Jaker Steakhouse, best fucking steakhouse ever. And I'd get a prime rib, a Blue Moon, and a side of broccoli every night. And it was $50 even. And with tip, right to $50. And then I just did that. But on Saturdays, it was finally the time where I didn't have to go hang out with the fucking nerd ass engineers every day after work.
What the hell?
Yeah, dude. Engineers fucking suck, bro.
They do.
Generally, you guys suck. and you're not any fun.
There's some cool ones.
You're pretty cool. You got the pass. But John Deere engineers, there's some cool ones, but not all of them are that cool.
No.
Like 30% of them are super cool, and the rest suck ass, and you know who you are. But we'd go on Saturdays, I'd stay in and not be around anybody because it's a weekend and I just don't want to see anyone. Or Sundays. And so I'd order Domino's because it's cheap and I just, whatever Deere pays for it. Well, for me, it'd be like, I don't know, super, super cheap. But I could spend up to $50 and I have to explain it. But in my eyes, I was in those small farm communities. This is a guy told me at Deere. We're here to kind of like support the community as John Deere. So if a kid's working and I can tip him $30 and it's not my money,
Why not?
Why wouldn't
Tip
you?
them $30.
and they allow me 75 and it costs me 15 for food for me, I would tip, and I do it online and tip like crazy. And then it'd be funny, like get a knock at the hotel door and open the door and see some high school kid like, and then a guy from Hand Tattoos is grabbing a pizza. Have a good day. He's like, dude, thank you. You know, it's like, it just makes you feel good. You know, it's like, not my money,
For
brother.
sure.
I can get
One
down
love.
with that. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
love.
That's a long story for tipping pizza, but just a fun.
And not to sidetrack or derail, but I got
I
to
think we
ask.
just did.
Driving here
Yeah.
we were just coming from down like Pike County area.
Yeah.
And
Name dropper.
we,
All right.
well, just, I mean, it's recognized. I mean, that's where we, okay. So anyways,
It's the Golden Triangle. No big deal.
Sam.
we were sweating our balls off today. We had the windows down for a good portion of the drive, but the cicadas are so loud. They're not like that up in Wisconsin. I didn't listen.
I haven't even noticed them down here.
Really?
I don't either.
Oh man. I mean, just go like 45 minutes to an hour south of here. That's about when we rolled up the windows. They are deafening, even on the highways. It's crazy. I don't know if what did they say? Every 10 years or something? There's like a,
7 year and
17.
I thought there was 7 year and 13 year or something.
It's like El
I
Nino
thought it
or
was
something.
17.
yeah. I think that's happening right now.
It is. This is the year of it.
We had two of them crash into the car. They went into the window while we were going, 70 miles per hour.
Well, I heard. So Sam Gaylord was talking. It's like, dude, you know what this is going to do for our turkey population?
Oh,
Which I never thought about that. Like how
They love
beneficial it
those
is.
things,
So
right?
much more food.
Yeah, how
eat
much
'em.
benefit? Like the turkeys, like even probably fish are going to benefit from it. Like
Birds.
they're cool looking too. They got like orange wings, a brown body. They kind of look like a tiny muscular.
Yeah.
I'm
noticed
dumb
them the
'cause I
other
don't
day.
know much
I was
about 'em.
checking
How big are
cameras
they?
and I hadn't seen them yet, and it's like
they're
they're
like this.
this big.
Like
Yeah,
like a,
they're big.
Like a hummingbird.
Yeah, and they crash into you. Like I was driving the tractor today, and they kept like I took my shirt off because I was getting beat up by the sun, and I started getting hit in the back by these things. So I put my shirt back on. It's kind of gross. They feels like somebody's throwing acorns at you.
You're probably, what the hell?
I haven't seen
Yeah.
them, but I don't know.
I noticed it the other day. I was checking cameras, and there was freaking wings in this bean field I was walking in everywhere, just from the cicadas, like when they molt. Or I don't know if it's
Yeah.
called molting, but they shed their outer skeleton.
And then
there was wings everywhere. They I don't know, shed their thing and fly away. But yeah, I noticed they were everywhere on the ground.
So
Fly away.
we got on the road
I
this
don't know.
morning at 3:00. We got down there right around 8:00, and we had the windows closed. It was pretty cool. We opened the door, and it was so deafening. And Matt looked at me. He goes, "What do you think that is?" I'm like, "I don't know, tree frogs or something." And then they started seeing them. I mean, they just attacked. I mean, not like attack. They don't bite or nothing, but they just started landing on the trailer as we're unhooking things. And yeah, I didn't know if you guys
weird.
noticed that or not.
No, I haven't had
I've not
that.
seen one.
Not up here.
I haven't mowed or like done any like. I mean, I sprayed yesterday, but I haven't done like any farm maintenance yet this early. I was trying to like not mow for like turkey nests and stuff like that and pheasant. I don't know if I'm assuming they're all kind of nesting, so I was kind of trying to just let everything get going and then mow. But what's up with the lease? Can we talk about that?
Yeah, man. So we picked up 40 acres. This is the first time I haven't hunted Illinois before. We picked it up at the end of the year last year. The guys that had been leasing it before had leased it for like a decade, and they are from Florida. They just fly up, they bow hunt. I wanted to ask you just offline a little bit more about the gun hunting regulations for non-res, if you know anything about it, because it's a little bit confusing when I'm online looking at how to apply, and there's like I don't know what you call it. Like they have a first round and then like
First lottery and second lottery,
But I
yeah.
don't think as a non-res, I don't think we can get into that first lottery. And the second lottery is right now.
You'll draw no matter what.
I could draw a gun tag.
I'd be amazed if you didn't.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you have to do the lottery, or you have to wait when they go over the counter. But you better be the area you're in. You better be at the wherever to buy one over the counter.
Okay, that's what I was saying, man. It's just weird about the county that you're in or where in the state. Wisconsin's a little bit different than that. It's a little bit simpler. You know what I mean?
Can you buy them online yet here? Like on an app or on anything?
Yeah, you can get them online. Like, but if
Your
it's second
actual
lottery,
tag, you have to, as a non-resident, you have to buy in store. Like when I hunted with Austin last year, I could get like my license and stuff, but the actual tag you have to buy in store.
see, I don't know as a non-resident, but
you should
like,
know that, Doug. You hunted here last year.
Yeah, I just go to the store, but I thought you could do it online.
What
I
I
thought so,
do,
too.
I put in for first lottery and I pick my county, and then yeah, but I mean, it can come open, and you got to just be at a store somewhere where you can get it right away. You know, if there's still enough left. Now, down where you're at is so popular as being the Golden Triangle for 15 years. I think the Golden Triangle days they're kind of tapered off a bit. It's not what it used to be.
You don't hear about it as much
There's
anymore.
other spots I think are better than that, but it's still good. The genetics still there. The cool thing about that area is that a lot of the properties in the countryside has everything for the deer.
Yep.
And it just makes for big bucks. The genetics there, the habitat's there, the management mindset is down there. I think I haven't seen your ground, but you're in the spot.
It's a pretty piece. It's 40 acres, and we're sharing it with 3 guys between the lot of us, right? There's 3 of us, but it hunts like 60 because it's hilly. I mean, we got a top with a field that's a hay field that we've got 3 food plots. They were mediocre at best. I'm not the greatest, most intelligent like food plot guy. I'm learning all about it, the last couple of years. But they, as far as what Matt said, they needed help. That's why we were there today. We put in corn. I don't know all the numbers that he's got for these fertilizers and nitrogen and what. I'm learning as fast as I can, but I can't hold on to it all. But that's what we did. We got down there early. We went and tied in a cornfield. We put in 2 no-till bean plots, and then moved some cameras around, reactivated them, and man, I'm so glad that we moved to Blackgate cameras this year.
There it is. You have a button for that.
Oh, hold on. I reset them. Hold on. Yeah, that'll work.
That'll work.
Hold on.
It's like Waynesboro. People only do this because they want to get paid.
Getting paid.
Because I had old cams down there, and I opened them up, and they were full of ants, like full of ants.
Doesn't that just piss you off?
It was gross.
Yeah, fuck ants, dude.
Dude,
How the
ants
hell
are
they get in
stupid.
there?
I don't know.
Come at us, ants.
Some of them cameras have microphones, and if you don't put tape over them, then the ants go in it. And if you do put tape over it, you don't get audio. If you like audio, I don't really.
What's the benefit to having audio?
I'll tell you, the only time I saw benefit to audio, Mike Hackett on our team, he uses audio like crazy on his cameras. And he sent me a clip, and he goes, "You just got to listen." We put it on our TikTok. And that's actually our best TikTok reel of all. And it's as deer snort wheezing.
Oh, dope.
And it's so cool.
Why don't we're going to do more Blackgate video
I like the
reels.
sound.
That's our goal. More
I have a
Blackgate
shit ton of my buck I killed this year.
Upload them, bitch.
Hell?
I've seen some cool ones over the years of guys that have like some crazy vocalization, like a buck walking up and it's like,
Yeah. A lot of that stuff is quiet. People don't realize that's like, it's kind of under your breath a little bit if you were to make the noise.
Yeah.
I think it's that
Oh, yeah.
beneficial though. Like I think like you just want to like as far as the video, you more want to see like the coming and going,
You know how
Yeah,
I don't
no,
think the sound has any benefit from a
It's
hunting
cool
standpoint,
for
really.
social media.
so you can make them reels.
you know how embarrassed.
Dude, if you're
that
trying to be
fucking
social media famous, Travis,
you
you can
gotta
just be
quit.
honest with us here now.
Yeah.
Do we
It's
need to
bad for the
expose
internet
what you're
or
really into
whatever.
Chase Nation for?
Yeah, I'm in it for the grip and grins, Kurt.
Yeah. Just the grip and grins?
Yes.
Okay.
That's it.
We just got to be clear about our intentions here.
Yeah.
Hey, I respect honesty, man.
You in it
bad for the
likes?
industry.
I'm in it for the likes,
And you're not in it for the love?
You slut.
not the love.
Just the likes?
Just the likes. Just the grip and grins. The
Hell
likes.
yeah, brother.
Hey, at least he's honest.
Hey, I love that.
At T Kissel 87.
Yeah.
Damn.
Love that even more.
Damn.
You got to all of a sudden all the next like 20 Chase Nation reels like, hey, Travis Kissel here. I'm putting in a deck. But you know what else you could do during season right now instead of putting in a deck? And it's just some stupid
Food
plot.
plots.
Yeah, food plots. No plant beans or no drill beans.
No
Actually,
plant beans.
actually, on
No
my
till.
on
No
my
till
personal
beans.
page, like
I'm drunk.
my carpentry videos get some like pretty good love.
I bet they do.
And like that's for me, that's almost like sidetrack here. That's like good advertising because
Oh, yeah.
I don't letter up my truck or anything. So
Love that. Love to hear that. All right. So Blackgate, good plug.
Yeah.
Mutual
So
partnership. You got on the dialed train.
We're on the dialed train. We're on the Novix train.
Yeah.
A lot of changes over the last 2 years. Like I said, man, when I went through my divorce, it kind of like rocked me. Yeah, I hit rock bottom. I mean, I felt like I was on top of the world, but I think that you sort of mask a disguise or whatever, where you are mentally. Yeah, but I definitely was struggling. In that we lost some partnerships because I wasn't able to keep up with the deliveries, and understandably so. There's no arguments there. And another partnership, we went different ways because we had different ideas about things, and that's where Dialed comes in. So, we had been working with a different company, and now we're working with Dialed. Super happy about that. Novix tree stands, man, we got connected with them last year. And that relationship has been nothing but excellent. What I really like about working with Novix is they say thank you when we bring people to them. You know, we get them connected with, Travis just got them connected with a local archery shop up in Sheboygan.
Oh, cool.
So they made a big order, and that's freaking cool.
Yeah.
And we're doing our job.
Yeah, definitely.
Before I forget, I told myself, don't let this slip. Make sure you say something. I got to ask, Doug, you're Iowa resident?
Yes.
Okay.
All three of us are
All
here.
three of you? But when's the last time you hunted Iowa, Kurt?
Never have.
Okay. So I've been putting in for points for the last 6 years. I've got 6 points.
I got my second point this year, or whenever it is. I put in for Rolling Bones.
I applied for a kill tag when I had 4 points for zone 5, got rejected. I looked at the stats and I'm like, oh, there's a chance.
Yeah.
I put in the points when I had 5 to pull a tag. I got rejected with 5 for zone 5. Now I've got 6 points, and I just put in, at the beginning of the month to hopefully draw. What do you think the odds are that I pull with 6 points?
I've never heard anybody not draw with 6 points.
What do you do if you don't like? What,
easily
do
draw.
hold
I
up.
just throw in the towel?
If you apply, is that your 6th point, or do you have to have 6 in the bank already?
Honestly, I've never
I
heard
suppose
anybody.
you're a resident.
No,
so
I know
won't
what you-
Yeah,
You're
but I
asking.
talked to a lot of people.
Yeah.
What you're asking is if you have 5 and you put in, or if you have 6 points.
Does that mean you have 6?
No. It's literally you get the tag, or they apply the money towards the point, and then
So is
send
this
you a
your
refund.
7th year?
This is my 7th year, but if I don't get a tag, I'm going to get my 7th point.
I am mind blown. You did not draw last year.
it's like
I think
that.
it's like
I
I think
just
it's
bought my
literally like
sixth.
it's like a 90% draw odd with 5 points.
Dude, and even in Wisconsin, I'm pulling the worst turkey seasons. I don't know. I can't win.
If I will say this on the podcast, if you don't draw, I will shit my pants.
So we're
I will do it.
assuming that
Hey.
Joe Braun, he films with us. He's been with us almost since the start.
He has. Joe's a gangster, dude.
Yeah, he is. Big public land hunter, and he's real good at it. And the guy is a Blackgate fanatic. In fact, the reason that we started working with Blackgate is because of Joe Braun. He had an enormous relationship with these guys. He had been doing field testing for them and then working with them to get their firmware updates. And I mean, the guy runs like 32 cameras at a time.
Shit.
Dude, the guys at Blackgate are the fuck. Ryan's the shit.
Ryan's a shit.
Great
And
guy.
I will tell you, I love the fuck out of them cameras, man.
Oh,
and
man.
And here's the thing: we used to work with Spy Point. For me, that worked good. Eric had terrible luck. Most people have terrible luck. You wouldn't hear me say I love the fuck out of Spy Point on there because I know what it is. It was good for me,
Sure.
but also I'm a dude who lives in tech. I know how to format it. I know how to troubleshoot shit on my own. I don't.
I'm more
Not
like
me.
Eric.
I wanna
I'm
try-
more like
I-
Eric, I think.
Yeah,
I
Eric's like-
want to turn the fucker on, and it should work. I shouldn't
Eric's
have
like
any
wrong with
issues.
this sucking on nails.
Oh, dude, I had the worst luck with them fucking things.
But dude, the Blackgates, enjoy running cell cams with them.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Makes it
But the
enjoyable.
service agreement, you cannot beat that.
Yeah.
You can't.
I'm not going to name drop, but one of our previous partners, they wanted to come out with a cell cam, and we had a big group of our partners that got together. We went on a goose hunt, and they go. They had a couple reps from I don't know if you call it corporate or whatever, the home office or whatever.
Yeah.
And they were saying, guys, we're thinking about bringing out a cell cam. We'll get them with the we'll sell the cameras dirt cheap, but we'll soak them with the service plan. And all I could think was, man, thank God we're with Blackgate for real. I mean,
Yeah, that's kind of a shitty fucking attitude. It's like, all right, soak them up, bitch.
That's what all the cameras.
That's where a lot of those companies make their money.
Yeah, 100%.
It's like mechanics. You get them in and, hey, by the way, you need new brake pads.
no, I
Put
mean,
these
like
wipers
fluid.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
truly, I don't know if there's anybody that's competitive with Blackgate with the service plan. Maybe there is, but I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
I just don't know anybody.
And they're
that,
not lithium battery like platform based.
Dependent, yeah.
Yeah, you can run fucking
Energizers.
Energizer Maxes or what I run.
Dollar
on mine.
General batteries, baby.
That's what you run in yours? God, Ryan's gonna hate you for that.
They work great.
Do you remember when you bought
And
batteries
your cell cams?
Oh man, dude,
They're alkaline.
I bought batteries today. I spent $150 at Menards.
Isn't it crazy to spend that much? So hold on, what
And
do you run in
batteries.
your Blackgates?
I'm running regular Duracells, but when I was running lithiums,
You said you get like 5-6 more days out of them.
that's about it.
So okay, hold on, Doug. You're running
For twice-
Dollar General AA batteries in this. I want
Time
to.
out.
I don't know about that. Like
It's been
so,
running fine.
I ran
It's
regular
still running right
non-cellular cameras with those, and they've been great.
Yeah.
you should have been with us in
It's
Minnesota.
running right now.
What do you run in yours? What you just regular Duracell?
Duracells,
Like copper tops?
the black and copper ones.
Yeah.
Now we were running a different brand up until this year, and Travis and I went to Minnesota.
Battery or camera?
Camera.
Yeah.
And so I had to run all lithiums. So Travis and I stop at the we're in
This is a it
Lanesboro.
was like a grocery store.
grocery store the size of this room that we're in right now. There was like 3 racks, and then this like hippie dude, which he was pretty cool. I could have probably hung out with him.
Bought some weed off him or something.
Yeah, I go.
Bought a dime bag off.
Hey, I don't suppose you have any lithium batteries. He goes, nope, but I got some AA's. And I was like, okay, where? And I think he bought a box off of Amazon of no name. They were just black. And he put them in little bags that you buy like waxworms in.
He
from
was
the vape
chopping
shop.
them up. Dude, he was buying bulk batteries and chopping them up and selling
I
them.
walked out to the
Hell
truck.
yeah.
Travis had the camera up through the window, and I'm like, got him.
Sam starts tapping the bag.
How long do you think these things are gonna last? You buy like back in the lithium when you got a camera that takes lithiums, it's usually cheaper. You buy like the 24 packs or the 100 packs.
Yeah.
You drop like $1,000 sometimes to buy.
Oh, they're
them in
expensive
bulk.
as
Dude,
fuck.
I don't even want to know what
Bro,
I
I got
batteries.
a hack. Amazon has the green and white lithiums. You buy them in bulk. That's the way to buy the lithium.
But do all of them work, or do you get a few that just are like dead?
Because won't one battery screw up the whole batch?
They can.
Yeah.
That's what sucks about that.
They're like water. They'll seek their own level. So whatever the lowest battery is what the rest of them will drink
Yeah,
down to.
and then as soon
that's
as
a good way to
they're dead, they're dead. There's no die down, taper down.
No, there's
Lithiums
no
are right now.
Yep.
Well, you ever heard do you ever listen to like Elon Musk on Rogan when he talks about the batteries and how the battery charges and stuff? And it's like, I'm not gonna do anywhere near the justice Elon Musk is gonna do explaining it, but something to do with like charging. So it's like a parking lot, and imagine like as it charges, whatever the ions or whatever it is that charges the battery, whatever the term is, finds its parking space, right? Well, as the parking lot gets fuller, so it's like, when you're, I don't know, I'm assuming like an e-bike battery might work the same way. Your battery gets dead. It'll charge to 50% really fast because the parking lot's open. Everybody can find a parking space. Well, as it gets to like 75% to 100, there's less parking spaces, and it takes longer to charge there because whatever it is that charges the battery has to find what parking spaces are left open to get to 100%.
Weird.
So
You guys,
Fucking batteries.
That might be the smartest thing I've ever heard you
Dude,
describe. Kurt.
that was legit impressive.
Yeah, no,
like
that-
you did a good job. Good
thanks,
job.
guys.
You did a really good job.
Hey, look at me.
Battery connoisseur.
Look at us.
Yeah, you know.
You're one fart smeller, you know that?
Yeah, I'm just repeating some bullshit half-assed that I heard Elon Musk say.
Well, it sounded
Don't be
great.
too
It
impressed.
sounded great.
On the topic of trail cameras, we got states now that aren't allowing trail cameras on public land. This is a
Iowa.
really big topic.
That's Iowa, right?
Yeah, but
Oh, I was doing that now?
okay.
Oh,
This is
just
like
new
this is gonna
shit.
last like 3 days.
We
isn't
gotta
it?
Yeah, like
we gotta
this week.
pump the brakes on that one because we gotta understand what those rules mean. Is it all public land? It's not. It's like federal public, but the Army Corp engineers land. I don't even know how to say that. Whatever Onyx says, that is legal. From what I was told by a warden in Iowa, and I needed to know because if I draw, we're going to go down there and throw cameras up, right? We film everything. So what happens then? You put some cameras up on public land, and of course, your YouTube video has to say public land, otherwise it might not get watched. So you gotta make sure you say that.
Hey, you're not wrong.
Next thing you know, you got a bunch of like dudes saying, "Hey, you can't use trail cameras," and, trying to throw you under the bus. So we need to cross that bridge as we're filming and explain. Here's the type of public land that we're on, and it is legal. So that is something that I think is up for discussion.
Is that a new
It's
thing
great.
this year?
Yeah, like within the last week, it's come out. The legislative session ended like, I don't know, a month ago or something, where all these changes happened, where the no more, which I from the conversations I've heard, the non-resident party hunting thing was technically never legal, but it was just really gray, because that's one of the big changes is now non-residents can no longer party hunt during shotgun season.
So
in Iowa.
that ends the loophole of like, hey,
And it wasn't
I'm a
even a
non-resident.
loophole.
Come doe hunt with me. I'll fill your tag.
it wasn't
Good rule.
really
I
a
like that.
loophole, but what
I
people were-
don't mind that. I
Good
like
loophole.
it wasn't a
Party
loophole,
hunting
but
in general is kind of
what people were doing
weird.
was they were going in, these people, these big out-of-state landowners, non-resident landowners, were literally just driving into town, and like, I know people who did this, and going to the bar and finding some bum who never gets a deer tag and saying, hey, I'll give you $200 if you go get your deer tag so I can shoot a buck.
Yeah, it sucks.
Like, I know for a fact that was happening. Like,
100% that happened.
Yeah.
If you know about it, it happens all over the damn state.
But that guy needs to be with you,
That
though.
guy's
when
playing
you
chess,
tell
yeah,
not
from a
checkers,
legal
though.
standpoint. And I talked with a buddy who's got a really good relationship with a game warden, and he said that in the last 2 years, some of the most tickets he wrote during Iowa shotgun seasons, because they're county-specific doe tags. Like for us, Iowa residents, there are county-specific doe tags.
Doe tag, yes. Our county
right.
specific.
These people were hunting with the doe tags, not in the counties that they were in. So they were getting the doe tag just so they could be hunting and have a license, and then they were shooting state tags from residents that they found in the bar, in a different county that they legally couldn't be hunting in.
Does everything go by county?
Yeah.
Well,
So,
not-
buck tags, it's not.
Yeah, your statewide tag is what we call it in Iowa.
For residents. But like he will be if you draw, it'll be a whole zone. It's there's like 9 zones or 10 zones.
Our doe tags are by zone, right? Because we have like the central farmland.
Oh yeah. We
That
have
way.
like 5, I think.
But when I buy a
not,
tag,
maybe 3.
because I'm actually like I'm right along Lake Michigan, and it runs all the way to the Illinois line, and it's called the Milwaukee Metro Subunit. I'm not close to Milwaukee at all, but when I buy my license, I'll get 4 doe tags. Just
really?
it's
give
a
'em
metro
away.
limit.
So
Yes.
like
stupid.
you,
It's
if
kinda
you
crazy.
draw a tag, your doe tag
in Iowa.
in Iowa, it'll be a duo. You get a buck and a doe,
Oh,
and your
that's-
doe tag will be
county specific.
no.
Zones.
It's the zone specific, but then non-residents can buy. I don't know if you still have to apply, but it's almost a guarantee in some of those counties that have like 2,500 tags.
right.
County specific doe tags. It's very confusing.
And then
So when you
Illinois-
guys draw your Iowa resident buck tags, it's statewide.
yes,
statewide, yes.
anywhere in the state,
But when we got to get a doe tag, that's county specific.
county specific.
That's why I would say our county only has 200 tags. That's why it's impossible to
But
get
for
one.
non-residents, it's zone specific for their
When
antlerless
it's
tag.
because it's a dual tag.
Combo.
It's not. It's a combo tag.
Yeah.
When you draw.
Just like when we come over to Illinois, you have to buy a combo.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love that. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna shoot a doe in Iowa, but I like knowing that in Illinois here, you get one tag and you pick the sex. Is that, I understand that correctly?
No, it's a combo.
It'd be either sex.
'Cause
You get either sex and an antlerless only.
Or is it for the gun tag that's different then? Because
gun tag would be different. Yeah.
Okay, because I was
Yeah.
reading it as I was driving, but I wasn't driving. Matt was driving. And I was sitting there getting car sick, trying to read about the regulations in Illinois.
Yeah.
Because he's like, hey man, you should probably think about coming down, gun hunting. I'm like, fuck, hell yeah.
Yeah, so you would apply whatever lottery per county. Mm-hmm. And I don't gun hunt anymore. I just read on it when I know I want to do whatever. But now what you'd be able to do, you could bow hunt now as long as you have a valid firearm permit for whatever that is during firearm season. But yours would be like, yeah, I'm in Pike County. It might be different for you guys. I don't know. But
Just for the record, we're right next to Pike County. It starts with the M. Monroe. I don't know.
we'll just call it Pike County.
We'll just say Pike County.
Yeah.
Missouri.
The GT.
Hashtag it in this episode so you get a lot of likes.
Hashtag Pike County.
And one thing
Hashtag
that
Stan Potts.
we were talking about Joel Braun before, and this guy is all over. He hunts Kansas a lot. He hunts, anywhere he can, really. I mean, he used to hunt Mississippi quite a bit. But when they banned or any kind of cameras on public land in Kansas, that's largely how he hunts. So he goes down, he puts a bunch of cameras out, gets the feelers out, he finds a deer, then he starts grabbing cameras that aren't getting much hits, and then he starts making a circle around it, trying to figure out if he's going to get any more pictures of that deer. If he does, he starts narrowing it down even more. Finally, he kind of makes a little circle around where this deer is coming and going, and that's how he really hunts. When he went down to Kansas, he was like, man, this is how I typically do things. I mean, sometimes I use it just to find out where other hunters are going. I said, so what did you do? I know you took trail cameras down there. He's like, man, I knocked on so many doors, private landowners butting up to the public land, and not many were reluctant to give him permission, meaning a lot of folks gave him permission to go put cameras up, not to hunt. He's just asking to run cameras. I'm hunting public, but
He wanted to point the cameers towards the public.
in some cases, yeah, but
That would be
or
legal.
just steer the demon.
the thing of it is like, well, I mean, and a guy, it's kind of like, okay, so if you own private land and it's butting up to another guy's land, so two pieces of private, and your neighbor's got a camera pointing into your ground, I can see how that can make you feel weird. But it's different than the guy's stand. By the way, like, a lot of us face our tree stands in the opposite direction we're going to shoot. Like, I like to shoot around the tree, not in front of me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But you see a guy's tree stand facing your property and he's right on the edge. First of all, it's a little annoying that he's on the edge, but when it's facing your ground, it ruffles feathers. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like just throwing cameras out and you're trying to scout and see what deer are around, I mean, he's not trying to shoot a 125. He's not down there for that. I mean, guy goes down there with, I'll leave the personal life out of it. He goes down there for 25, 30 days stints, and he doesn't come home until he kills one.
Love that.
And he's out there to kill a big one. And that's what he's using these cameras. He wants to find a big deer. And I thought it was pretty cool. So he ended up finding back 2 of the deer that he was hunting for the last 2 years on public, just doing that. And he was like, yeah, man, it wasn't that hard. I mean, people were pretty nice. Like, yeah, go ahead. Don't hunt.
It's just the effort to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's elbow.
A lot of people are scared to knock on
doing
doors.
Dude, effort gets you a
people
long way,
answer
bro.
doors with guns in their hands now.
Well,
Since, like peeking out of their blinds. Who's outside?
Well, yeah.
The further west you go,
You didn't text me before you showed up.
the further west you
That's
go, I
true.
think the more open and like the more vast it is, people are a little more open to letting people hunt because like, dude, like where we are,
Yeah.
there's a lot of no's.
I mean,
Oh yeah, same here. Illinois. I'm surprised you got a lease. Honestly, like Illinois is a motherfucker.
so the reason we got that lease, Matt met these guys. He always finds a unique way to put the feelers out to find somebody who wants to swap. Like, he owns a lot of ground. He owns a lot of farms in Wisconsin. So his idea was, I'll swap a turkey hunt, and you get to know somebody. Well, he met these really great guys that kill big deer every year. They own 2 pieces of ground in Illinois. They were Illinois residents. They come up and turkey hunt by his farm, and then in exchange, like that friendship kind of formed. They own this other piece that they were leasing to them Florida boys. And when those Florida guys said, "Yeah, we're done," he told Matt, he's like, "Before I throw it on the market, if you want it, it's yours." Matt called me, and the last time he offered to bring me in on a lease was from Missouri, and just due to personal reasons, not financial, but more marital, I had to decline, and I regret it to this day because for 6 years I watched those guys go down there and shoot deer every year, and I'm like, God, I wish I could go.
Yeah.
So when he threw that out, I was like, nah, I don't care what it costs, I'll find a way. I need to be in. Yeah, even if it's a 4.5 hour drive, I'm down.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, yeah, you got, dude. Illinois is one of them spots. We did an episode years ago when Jeremy Beck was on. I think he was looking for a spot. He's like, dude, it's a it's tough down here.
Because it's over the counter.
Well, it's over the counter, right? If it was like Iowa, maybe it'd be different. But yeah, it's over the counter. You know?
It's still hard to find shit in Iowa. I mean, it's not the
The whole
easiest
world
thing.
is,
Yeah.
it's a who you know. I mean, it's
yeah.
getting
It
more
is.
and more. I mean, it's always
but you
been
know,
that way,
effort
but-
goes a long way. If you don't want to go knock on fucking doors nonstop and trying to get permission and call people and make contacts, boo fucking who?
Yeah.
That's your fault.
Yeah, it's going to get harder and harder, you know, and we all end up in bad spots out of our control, even with effort. Sometimes you come up short, but, you know, there's motherfuckers on the internet bitching. If you got off the fucking internet and quit bitching, you could find a spot too, I bet. Maybe not be in Illinois, or it could be wherever you're at. You could find one. But
Goes back to that Deercast
You gotta
episode we
talk
did
to
2 years ago or whatever that was.
yeah, what was your stats you ran up on that?
At that point, it was like, I don't remember, 250 doors that I knocked on, and I got like 5 yeses out of like 250.
That sounds about right.
That's in Iowa.
I spent
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah,
lunch
but nobody
hours
likes you.
Yeah, well,
using like we used to before Onyx and like the online mapping tools that we have available now. I was using something called GIS, which graphical interface. I don't know, information.
Like a state
something.
agency.
Yeah.
thing.
Yep.
And I would use GIS maps, and it took a lot of button clicks, but eventually you find out who the parcel owner or the property taxpayer is. And then I would start going to town on the internet looking for names, and I would, a lot of people have cell phones, hard to find those numbers. So you get creative with your internet searches. Sometimes you find out like what office they work at. I know it's a bit creepy,
Hey.
but hey, whatever
It's
works,
effort, brother.
works.
Talk to me after this. I got a tip for you.
So
yeah.
I used to, well, I mean, we're going back a decade now, or even longer than that, but I would write down names. I would write down what it said the age was, like in the white pages, like she's 76 or north of 76, say like plus 76.
Yeah.
Old, probably won't answer.
Old.
But when I'd
It's going to
start,
ring 16 times. She's got to get up.
and then every day when I would
Let it
drive
ring.
home, I'd have about a 30-minute drive, and I would sit there and I'd go through like 4 or 5 of them, and I'd get all kinds of answers, and a lot of them weren't yeses. But back then, when I worked that hard on it, I always had 2 or 3 pieces of private. The kind of pieces where you show up to shoot something and you do, and they're like, all right, I didn't know you were actually going to shoot something.
Oh yeah.
You can't hunt out here anymore
Yeah,
next year. Yeah.
Now my long lost nephew.
Yeah,
wants
my cousin wants to hunt out here now. Yeah, but that was fun because I was able to. I was athletic.
3 spots is the key, and then some.
At least, yeah, minimum.
Yeah, 1, it's like you don't know where deer are going to be that you want to hunt. That shit, social pressure. Dude, you'd be amazed like how many people like locally try to like ruin your spot or rumor you or like sneak up. Like Illinois is different because everybody can kill bucks here over the counter, But it's if you're willing to put in work, you can find ground.
So we were driving across the state to get here today, and we were burning rubber because we were running behind. And there was a moment of like just melancholy silence, and I remember thinking, boy, we've been talking the whole time, and suddenly it's quiet. And I was paying attention, looking out the window. Matt was driving, and I said, you think that there's a bunch of big bucks living here? And he goes, what would make you think that? And I looked around, I'm like, because no humans live here. And it just went like hand in hand with that whole notion that, the further away from the cities you get, those little towns, the guys that do hunt probably own their own ground. If there's public around, it might not get piss pounded as hard as the stuff closer to the like populated areas. I mean, nothing that's new, right? And this is common knowledge, no more than using boats to access public land that suddenly is like popular, right? But we've all been doing it for years. Well, it's nothing new. I'm not trying to say that. But I was trying to make the point that, like, you know, it's easy to look at states like Iowa, big buck states, right? Why do you think there's so many big bucks
Hey,
there?
probably some
Big butts in
there.
Iowa?
Hey, Doug just perked up. Hey, Doug. Doug entered the
I
chat.
did see him straighten up.
We talking butts.
Hey, Doug's got a CDL. What's up?
But when you're driving through Iowa
No air
or
brakes.
Indiana or Illinois, I mean, I like to look at rivers and some hills, and I like trees, you know, but I can see for miles, and it can get boring. And some of those boring, like that Jason Aldean song, Flyover States, have big bucks because there's no one around to hunt them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what else we were talking about? What if you got a drone up in the air and you just watched the first like 2 hours of opening morning of shotgun season with these little like 2-3 acre woodlots, and these guys going and bumping deer out? They have to cross like a mile of field to get to the next woodlot.
Yeah.
I wonder if you were, you know, a few thousand feet up looking down, how many ants you'd see running across
everywhere.
the
Oh,
field.
I
That'd be
think you
wild.
would be amazed how many you see do a quick little circle back into the timber.
I would watch that live. If
Oh,
somebody
that'd be
If
fascinating.
somebody was down to like stream that, I'd be all in.
It'd be so fastly illegal.
It's fascinating. We used a drone to look for my buck this year, and like just to see how many deer are in the area is mind blowing.
Yes.
Like you would think that I'm like, oh, there's a lot of deer around where I hunt. I'm like, I did not expect there to be that many deer because we're checking every deer, you know. So it's like, and they're all bedded at that time early in the morning. So it's like, fuck, there's so many deer around here.
It's like, why don't I see shit when I'm hunting?
Right.
What the hell?
That's that's part of the fun though, man. Like we were talking about, I wonder if there's a big buck in there. Mm-hmm. Dude, you know how often I've thought that's like, I bet you there's a big buck in here. Especially
big
like
buck in there
pre-trail
somewhere.
cam days.
Like
Like,
buck in there
you
somewhere.
think there's a big buck in here?
All intuition, just
Yeah, it's like cool, you
send
know?
it.
There's a 160 in there. I know it's.
Dude, there could be, you know?
We want to circle back on big butts in
Drop that.
Iowa. Would that be a T-shirt or?
Oh, dude, there's some big butts. Are there any big butts in Iowa? There is now.
There's a couple.
There's one that transplanted from Wisconsin. What's up?
Yeah.
You guys believe that? He's stealing women from Wisconsin and planting them in Iowa. That's almost like there's some sort of transportation law being broken there with CWD.
I should transplant that.
We're covered.
Bro, that's
Long
150,
basement.
That's a
150
Lacey
in every
Act
ditch,
violation,
right?
brother.
I spoke with transportation.
Smoking the beta. What's up?
Dang. Yeah, what's going on with that? How's that going?
Great. Really
He
good.
hasn't been in the podcast though.
Doug's taken.
You been ring shopping?
No.
Does she need to do a podcast? Like sit in on like center stage? Doug's
Like a
girlfriend.
bullshit session.
I think you should have Steve
A BS
interview her,
session.
like the ooh getting. No, what's
Getting
the one?
strange.
No, what's the one you guys did?
Big bucks or
Just
big
make it
bucks,
real
little bucks,
fucking
small
awkward.
questions.
We can. Big bucks, little question. Or big questions, little bucks.
I don't know.
Just make sure you
Maybe
give him
we'll
one of
start
those.
with like a BS session.
Give
I'm
him
not
one of
ready
those
for
hot
that.
chips again. Those hot Doritos.
Then
You
we
remember?
just mix it up in a bowl of chips, and you don't know which one he's grabbing.
What the hell?
Yeah. Well, I'm happy for you, Doug.
Thank you.
I'll drink to that. Doug's happiness.
Yeah. All right.
Circling back to your thing about like the 1,000-foot view.
Big butts.
My dad told me a story once when I was younger about, because I shotgun hunt for the 5-day first season with like my family, and my dad's been doing it for years and years. And I think a lot of those people push those the same way every year, over year, over year, over year.
Oh, for sure.
My dad told me a story where they were pushing a river bottom. There's a big willow patch, and my dad climbed up in a tree stand. You know, he was pushing. Got to a point where like the rest of the people have to pivot, so he climbed up in a tree stand and watched. And he told me that he watched like a 160-inch 10-pointer lay down in these willows as the pushers were coming. He came from the pushers. He watched him lay down and lay his head on his side.
Flat on the ground.
And like my dad said, he literally like sprawled out and laid his head on the ground. And one of the pushers walked like 5 yards by him. And the second he got by him, that buck stood up and ran the other way.
Oh, we used
wild-
to
it's
see it
wild
all the
how
time
close-
when we push deer, man. Like
Crazy.
Like you'd hear something, you look behind you, and there's a deer running behind you. You're like,
It's
where the fuck did he come
It's
from?
like the wounded goose thing where they stretch their necks
Yep.
out under the grass.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And that's one thing, like, I argue with Kurt about this all the time, how you don't have to know the ground and blah, blah, blah. You just push the deer. That's BS to me, because like in the last few years, we've changed things, like how we push things. We've pushed them the same way for 15 years. And it's like, you know, you wouldn't think
They know.
You wouldn't think that the deer that are here from 15 years ago would know that, but it's just generationally passed down.
Here comes
So like
the push.
the last few years, we've changed up how we do things, and it's been
orange creatures again.
super effective.
The
Crazy.
orange people are out again.
Those orange creatures are out
Them
again.
pumpkins are walking through the timber.
Fuck.
What the hell?
Dead air, huh?
Dead air.
Come back.
Oh, Kurt's back.
Oh, Kurt came
Yeah,
back.
change the subject.
Talk about me.
We tried to make it like you never left, but we
We're talking about
fucked
the
it
orange.
up.
We're talking about the orange army.
Hey, you need me. Right?
Okay, yeah.
You can feel it.
Yeah.
You just tell when I left.
Dad's back.
Dad's like, shut up.
Ah, cool.
No, you're not.
We talked about the forbidden language while you were gone.
Oh, you said faggot?
No, deer drives.
Oh.
There it is. There it is.
Zing.
Well, you kind of set you up for that. That's not fair.
Hell, what's my bad? Hey.
Hey,
He has glasses on. What are you doing?
Yeah. I need to keep a pair in here. You know what? Bring that word back.
What one?
Deer
one?
drives, not so
Deer
much,
drives?
but the F word, yeah. Both ways.
Yeah, which one are we talking about?
Yeah. Deer drives, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's a thing.
It's amazing. More people don't get shot.
Wisconsin's like the king of it.
Oh man,
Oh,
it's awful. It sucks. It sucks when you.
It's awful.
I mean, I'm always gun season. You know, the last couple of years I was hunting public land. I haven't hunted public land with my gun in 20 years. And it's been a long time since I gun hunted public. And 2 years ago was my first time back. I shot a monster on film, and the deer was stolen from me. I didn't track it fast enough. So we walked up on the
That
gut
makes me
paw.
want to stab someone.
Yeah.
Was that Wisconsin?
Yeah. It's
Garrett Goodwin had a buck stolen from him in Michigan.
Hey, it is.
I've heard that
Yeah.
a couple times in Iowa too, where
Like,
people
who does that shit?
I mean,
what?
you walk
even
up-
with a bow, they shoot the thing, they go, they find it,
Yeah. It
they
happened to
leave
Ben.
go get a thing and come back and the head's
So,
gone.
but like
It's
in Wisconsin, if it crosses the fence, you can't go over there, right?
It's
Without
not the
permission?
same as like Nodak where you can go pursue. Well, that's a little different. Yeah, in like Minnesota, you can go track. I think.
Illinois, you can't.
No.
you have to get
Let me
permission.
tell you, no.
But Wisconsin, no, you need permission. In fact, the warden can't even get you permission. They literally, there's nothing anybody can do.
In Wisconsin.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. The people are a little bit more hesitant to say no if a warden or sheriff's involved, right? So it's smart to get them involved. They'll help you out, right? But
God,
they're
I bet they
not-
get so tired
but,
of that.
But they're not gonna force the issue. They can't.
Yeah.
Because in Iowa, you can legally track.
You have to attempt to get permission first, and if they tell you no and you have blood, then you can go.
Yep.
All right. Let me paint
Without a weapon.
Without a weapon.
As a landowner in Illinois, if a neighbor calls me to go, the likelihood of me saying no is rare.
Right.
But I know how people are because I've helped people blood trail a lot of deer. Friends, acquaintances, neighbors. And I've seen people pursue blood that's the situation was
Iffy.
like iffy, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So my thing would be like, yes, let me see where you have blood going onto my property, and then we'll pursue from there.
Yeah, I'll help you.
And then I'll go with you. But if it's gonna look like
You shot on my side.
if it's a nick and we're talking needle drops of blood, you're not gonna go
Yeah.
piss pound my fucking ground and fuck me up.
Yep. I'm with you.
And that's fair, I believe.
I'm with you.
yeah, 100%.
That is fair.
But if it's good blood, let's go get your fucking deer, man. Because I know one day it's gonna happen to me, and I want you to be the same way.
Yep.
What
It's
if-
like my buck this year. I called a neighbor. Like, I wanted to get permission first, I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, does he mind if I go over there? Well, what'd you kill? He was like more excited than I was.
Right.
It's like, yeah,
right.
yeah, do whatever you gotta do. Like, tromp through the whole property. I don't give a shit. Like, go find that deer.
But that being said, if I shoot a deer and it goes onto the neighbor's ground and the blood sucks and they're like, man, it's not really looking that good. If we find it, we'll let you know. But I understand that.
Yeah.
right. Oh,
Yeah,
That shit
yeah,
happens,
yeah.
But if it's like burst blood or just like heavy running blood and you're just like, look at, dude, I can look down.
that's what I mean. I didn't have any blood at all.
Right. And that's tough,
Until
right?
we
So-
found the deer.
And that's like the weird
so
thing. It's like-
legally, he could have said no, and you'd have been SOL.
Correct.
Dude, but Eric's situation is very
Because he didn't have
unique.
blood.
It's like Diesel saved your ass just because the way it happened.
Diesel saved my ass, and then that that kid saved my ass.
Yeah, you guys hooked that kid up, right? Did we talk about that on the podcast in the past?
We did hook him up.
Yeah,
Yep.
hooked him up with a bunch
That
of gear.
dog literally saved your ass.
Yeah. Well,
Quite literally.
Your ass
No
cheek.
tattoo.
There's a
Yeah.
difference between a blood trail with an arrow.
One time, dog.
And then, you know, muzzleloader, a lot of times we don't get a blood trail. In rifle, a lot of times we get very meager blood trails, you know? So it depends on what you're using for a weapon, I guess, too.
Yeah, it's tough in general.
it's tough. It's tough out there.
You know, I went to deer. Well, I talked about it last year, and he went on the neighbors, and Diesel came out, and the neighbor ended up shooting him a couple days later. So it kind of like, but I was pumped for him.
That was so hard to tell. You sent me that video. I was in the tree stand.
It's up high,
Yeah.
weird.
I don't know. I watched it over and over again. I kept sending you, like, here's where I think you hit them.
What happened was it just got shitty for people who didn't hear that episode. I had a buck come in, double throat patch, really nice 8-pointer, mature buck. Came in, I draw back, and I'm like, okay, he's coming 30 yards right there. I'll pinwheel him. Well, right at 30 yards, he's feeding, taking his time, and then he turns right to me and comes to me, and I'm like, shit, he's 15 yards now. So I let down, and I let down kind of hard, kind of like I got to be. And then when I redrew, my arrow came off the arrow at full, or my arrow came off the string at full draw.
Yeah.
And then I just got flustered.
Yeah.
It just fucked me up.
fiasco.
So that's all. So anyway, but it was all good. It worked out. Happy for the
happens.
neighbor. He actually, the guy who shot it was super cool. And he's texting me. He goes, "Hey man, I had a mutual friend connect us, and he's like, hey, I shot a deer. Do you want him?" And he sends me a picture. I'm like, do I want him? You killed him. I'm like, no, man, that's your buck. Like, thank you. Like, you relieved like this stress that I had of like feeling guilty of wounding a deer. Like, that's your deer, bro.
That guy is like the one in a, I don't know.
Gabillion.
Yeah,
Gabillion?
man. You don't get those.
That's
man.
a-
He was super cool. Send me a picture, and he's like, dude, I got your arrow. It's good. Do you want it? I'm like, fucking keep it as like a souvenir, man. That's just, it was such a unique situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was cool. He asked me if I wanted it.
That's
And
crazy.
I go, no, mount that deer and fucking
That's a
celebrate,
shit-
bro.
Have my
shit
arrow
feeling.
sticking out of that.
Yeah.
One year I shot a buck through the backstrap on September 19th, and I did not get a trail camera picture till October 22nd. Oof. Like I figured him dead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
And where is he?
Like you
Dead.
said, just
Couldn't
a
find
relief. You know.
Yeah.
And then my cousin killed him. Ended up killing him 2 years later when he was 6. So
That's wild. See, it's,
that was and it's all part of the story. You know.
Oh, yeah.
And it's fun to.
There's
come full
definitely
circle
good and bad. There's,
Right.
there's all different types of people out there. You're one of the lucky ones that met a good one. I'm an unlucky one who met a not so good one. But,
it happens.
you know, I should have made a
does
better
happen.
shot, I guess. Too, I was using a rifle with a high-powered scope. There's no... I mean, I could sit there and talk about how cold I was or the tree shaking or tired or whatever excuse. I made a bad shot. The first shot I missed, the shot that I hit the deer was a follow-up shot when the deer was moving. I mean, I probably shouldn't even have pulled the trigger. So, you know, a lot of lessons learned. There's always situations that teach you what... It's funny. I mean, we've all been, I shouldn't say that. I've been hunting a long time, pretty much my whole life. I imagine you guys, you talk like you have and you walk like you have.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter how much education that we get through the experiences that we have so far, it's funny that we continue to make more mistakes as we mature and get better at what our craft is and learn from them too. It's like it never stops.
It's just an ever evolving thing.
Yeah.
You know?
For real.
It is.
Yeah. It goes to show, like, you see dudes that's like, they like throw out these big claims, and then you're just like,
They've never wounded a deer.
yeah, it's like,
Man,
oh, you haven't?
What?
Are you sure?
Well, first of all, you must not be good enough to get in front of deer if you've never wounded one. It happens, bro.
That's that mentality is social media, man. That's the keyboard warriors. Everybody's repeating everything that they heard on a podcast or read in a book or read in an article or heard so and so
they've seen
say.
every buck go down 20 yards.
You know,
That's what shot 'em.
like I mentioned earlier, suddenly water access is something that's new. I mean, that's nothing new.
No.
Why is this popular? Is it popular because kayaks are a thing now? I mean, I lose my mind over this stuff. We were talking about DIY. It's a term. OTC. Does that make you sound like you've been doing this longer?
Yeah.
you can always.
maybe.
You can
I buy
always,
every Illinois tag over the counter, OTC. I'm an
in
OTC
Iowa.
hunter, baby.
You dog.
And you do it yourself.
You do it
Cheers.
yourself.
You're OTC and DIY.
You know how many public land animals I've killed out west? I don't like. We could be so gay and brag about that.
I was gonna say, is it what's one, right?
Well, fuck. If you want to get like for real, everything out west is technically public.
Yeah.
I've killed. I don't even want to talk about it. It's stupid.
Yeah. One thing that's bothered me over the last, I don't know, 15 years that people are on online forums and using social media is this read it from a book mentality, or this persona. The clickbait we were talking about, social media and like getting likes and stuff, but it's a real thing, man. Guys that make a post and then they check back every however often just to see who's reacted to their post. I mean, that's a story in itself. When you have 1 or 2 bow kills under your belt and you're creating pages on like Facebook and you're naming them after yourself and you're coming up with apparel with your initials on it.
A lot of podcasts.
Something outdoors, right?
Yeah.
And then we look into your history and it's like, boy, you killed 1 or 2 deer in your life and I'm supposed to take advice from you. So you can always tell somebody that's read it from a book versus somebody who's walked it. You know what I mean?
All it takes is time with that person to be like, here's the thing, dude. If I'm going to go to, just throw it out there. If I'm going to go to a golf course and I get there and I find out the dude's only been to Topgolf and that he's never like really played golf. And I'm just like, God damn. Like you might know enough to like fool me for a minute, but once I've spent time around you and I'm a new golfer, be like,
This guy
you don't golf, do you? You don't fucking golf. If you go to a jiu-jitsu class and the dude fucking's never practiced jiu-jitsu,
You'll figure it out pretty quick.
you'll find out real fucking
Real
quick.
fast.
Same thing with the hunters. It's like you go to a bar and you sit around the bar, you're at the corner bar and you get all these dudes talking about hunting. You can tell in Illinois, you can tell if they're a gun hunter or a bow hunter in 5 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Well, why
big time.
Why does somebody want to fit into a experience level that they don't belong? For example,
I have a theory on hunting with that.
if somebody comes up to me at a bar and they're like, "Hey, man, I recognize you from Chase Nation."
You hunted with Jared Chifford, didn't you?
Yeah, something like that. And then they want to pull out their phones and start showing me somebody else's deer that somebody they know shot, and then they talk about there's this one I was trying to kill, and then they show me all the pictures of their trail camera. Look, I would respect you a lot more, and I'll have this conversation if you tell me that you're interested in hunting, but you don't have a lot of experience, but what you do have, you've loved so far. I'll actually put time into it. But if you start talking like you read it from a book, that's when it's in one ear and out the other, and I just am so turned off by that.
Yeah, it's like all right, I have this analogy. I've said it a couple times in the podcast, I think. And what's funny about hunting, you get so many people that are cocky about it, I think is because it's a self-type sport, and nobody can gauge you off of like a one-on-one type of engagement. So if I come into a place, if I go to the Hood, I see all the brothers out there playing basketball, street basketball, and I roll down and I'm just like, man, I'm so good at this. You should see me. I can dunk, I can do all this. They're going to be like,
Do
all
it.
right, let's play a game.
Yeah, do it.
And all of a sudden I'm exposed.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
But a guy at a bar that you don't know, that you,
He's got his WCB hat on.
yeah, dude, he's just fucking, dude, Chase Nation shirt, WCB hat. He's like I had this real example of a neighbor that I used to live by. He told me one time, I showed him a picture of my first 8 when we started the podcast. And his comment to me was, you should have seen the one I passed this year.
Go fuck yourself.
Huh?
What?
Excuse me.
To find out that, it's like, wait, why? Why did you do that?
He had to one up you on something he didn't shoot. You know
Well,
what
the
I
thing is, it's like, if it was basketball or a shooting sport or in any competitive sport, but for some reason with hunting, I find that's the thing. I have a cousin who doesn't hunt. And I remember one time talking to him about broadheads. And he goes, I've been using them for years. And I remember looking at him going, how many years, brother? How many deer have you shot in the years? None? What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did you just say that? like, why did you have like the cockiness to be like, I've been using this for years. Like, this is the best broadhead.
Why'd
It
you
worked.
just
You haven't
say
even
that?
shot anything with the broadhead, nor have you hunted years.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Why?
These
Well,
broadheads work.
It's also the guy.
They
one
work.
guy shoots
They're
a
great.
giant deer and he gets recognition. Everybody wants him.
CJ
on the
Alexander, is
podcast.
that what we're talking about?
Heyo.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Okay. And,
Fuck
and
that guy,
suddenly
can we
we
say
want to
it?
listen to you talk about your hunting. I don't give a damn about what you did. I mean, I'd love to hear your story from that one time, but I don't want to hear any advice.
Yeah, you're not giving me any advice, no.
You right? So somebody that's consistent year after year, or it doesn't have to be year after year, but there's consistency there, right? You have some experience to back up what you're saying. That's worthy of a listen.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
It's just a weird space. Like,
Hunting is personal, man. We go by ourselves. I mean, yeah, if we film or we just, I don't know why you'd go with a buddy just to sit there. But I mean, if you do, that's cool. But
It's fun.
yeah.
you know, like it's a personal thing.
Well,
That's
it goes to show, man, like,
it's your tag. You pick what deer you shoot. And
right.
that's,
Well, it
you
goes,
know,
like,
it's
a couple
fun to do
examples,
it.
it's like when we all hang out, we talk about deer hunting,
Yeah.
or we don't. You know what I mean? Like, but what I mean by that is like, we'll talk deer hunting, all of us will. But when we're sitting at the WCB bar and we're watching whatever, listening to music, a lot of times we're talking about other shit because we're so into hunting and we all know where we're at that we're not like measuring dicks on like, it's not where if you go with people you don't really know that well, maybe someone doesn't hunt it that hard. Most of the conversation is hunting and kind of like a dick measuring thing. Whereas like when you're around your boys that hunt and we hunt so fucking hard, we might talk about like, hey, what we're doing, or we got this planet or this, or we're playing on this, or hanging this stand for this buck or whatever. But I'd say 80% of it is hunting related, but not really.
Right.
Yep.
Like
In a weird
outside
way.
of
I agree
hunting
with that.
season for sure. Like,
But,
none
like-
of it's really hunting related.
The other,
Yeah,
the
outside
other
of the
point
podcast.
is like
Shit.
people just kind of like to hear themselves talk about it.
True.
And like if I'm sitting at a table with like 4 dudes that are better hunters than me, probably do a lot more listening than talking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like if Chandler's here talking
You listen.
or I'm asking.
Yeah, that's I guess that's my point. Like, you be a sponge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Soak it all in.
And not that we're like, I feel like maybe this could come off as like maybe like an arrogant conversation we're having right now, but it's I mean, I don't know. When people are big buck killers, you just kind of like respect it or like listen, try to learn. I don't know. I don't know where to go with that, but
I think we all know what we're trying to say, but
Yeah.
for sure. But it's like we all get along so well. We all know what we love.
yeah.
We've been friends for years now. But it's like you bring Jared Scheffler over here. He's a homie, or name whoever. Big buck killer that we're friends with. We're not like trying to prove how into it we are.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's the thing.
You know?
It's like this motive to prove ourselves. That's the same damn point of social media. What's the point of social media? Just so you have a place to showcase yourself. I was that person too for a while. It's just it's kind of sick. It truly is. It's a place to gloat. Some people use it that way. Not anymore. A lot of us use it for business. I use it now for business purposes, right? It's a great way to reach an audience. So it makes sense. But I mean, Facebook's great at reminding us of the shit we said 10 or 8 years ago. And you look at it and you're like, what the hell was I like
Random
drinking when I-
Lil Wayne
when I wrote
lyrics and
that?
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Book.
I had
know
some
where I'm-
memories from years and years ago. And it'd just be like, what's everyone doing tonight?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See, the same kind of thing.
Yeah, where we drinking?
I would never post that.
They
now.
would have texted you if they want to hang out, Kurt.
I had no friends. It
No one commented on it. You had one
What
like.
are we doing?
the
was also like 2012,
It's funny though. We're
22.
sitting here talking about
had to log in.
Facebook. I don't know. I think only, we're probably among some of the youngest people using Facebook now. I don't think the 20-year-olds are using Facebook anymore.
Dude, that's Facebook for me. Like, yeah, we push it on the podcast, but it's like I'm the worst at like Facebook friend requests. It's like typically I'm like, yeah, that's for family and like people I know personally. But if I go through someone and I see enough like WCB stuff, or if you're wearing WCB, I try to like get it. But I'm weird about like people seeing pictures of my kids.
Yeah, man.
Facebook is
like,
for,
I don't really
Facebook
post-
is for marketplace.
I Yeah, that's true. Dongs.
Well, once you put yourself out in like front of the public, now people want to know who you are. They start looking into you on
What your
social
girl
media.
looks like.
Yeah,
what
they
your
want to know
kids- who
who's
your
he
kid-
dating for
Yeah.
whatever reason. And then like Annalicia,
Yeah,
my
we try to
fiance, is
find
sitting
that
outside.
out.
She asks me all the time, "Do you know so and so?" I'm like, "I have no idea."
Yeah.
Well, he's like posing with a deer or a muskie or something, and it says that he's connected with you. He's requesting my friend, or he wants to follow me on Instagram.
Macy gets that too. She's like, "Who the hell is this?"
All right,
Yeah,
I got a golden
it's
rule
weird.
And I
for
was like,
girls.
hell, I don't know.
Here's a golden rule for girls, for the boys, and everybody listen are following Chase Nation. You can leave. Like I
Subscribe
shuffled
right
it.
away.
The paper shuffle.
I had something written down.
Here's the thing. All right, Alexa's awesome,
Yeah.
right? I don't need. Here's the thing. I'll follow Alexa while you're dating her, and I don't even really need to follow her. I probably shouldn't even follow her.
And what are you up to?
But if you see, right, gets weird. So if Doug's like, hey, we split up. You know what happens? I unfollow Doug's girl. You know what happens? I didn't know Doug's girl before Doug. She no longer exists to me. That's the rule of the
Bro
boys.
loyalty.
That if I'm Facebook friends with Doug's girl and she's no longer Doug's girl, guess what? She's not Facebook friends with me. That's how I roll with shit.
I agree.
She's just another one, another hoe. I don't need to know her. And if the,
She's listening right now. Like, what did he say?
but with all due respect,
Yeah.
but you know what I'm saying? Like,
I know you're exactly.
if Lee's like, hey, if Lee wasn't married and had a girlfriend, let's go whoever, some random dude, and I'm friends with him and he's got a girlfriend. He's like, hey, we broke up with this. You know what? I don't know her. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's kind of like it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
But it's like also too, it's people that listen don't need to be adding your girl.
And then
Or whatever.
keep following her after.
Yeah, you know, but also it's like not worried about it, but it's like the bro code thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I'm weird about. I posted some pictures of my kids on Instagram and stuff, and then I got like I've been seeing all like the online pedo shit, and now I'm like super weird about posting
Yeah.
my family stuff.
Yeah,
or
dude.
anything in the
You
internet.
can't. You're in the public eye now, man. You can't be posting pictures of your kids anymore. You lost that.
And I
right.
used to kind of hate. I'll be honest. I have kind of hated. It's like, dude, you never see this dude's
Yeah.
family on his shit.
Yeah.
And some of it, it's like maybe ill intention, but I'm like, no, I kind of get it because I don't like posting my family.
Every now and again, I'll post a picture of one of my kids, but if you look at my history, it's always with a deer or a fish.
Yeah.
I do that, but like, I mean, they're part of my
Well,
like
they're
with Chase
still, like,
Nation,
part of
though,
Chase Nation.
They really are. Like Balin probably has film credits. You know what I mean?
He does. He does.
Holy
Kid holds a
shit.
camera.
He's 12 now, and he thinks it's just cool as shit when he sees his name on the credits.
Yeah,
and
we
stuff.
went and boiled sap, and then we did a Taste of the Wild episode over by Kissel's. I don't even know Kissel's compound.
It's a sap shack. We
Man,
call
I
it.
mean, it's a
The
sap
sap
shack.
shack.
That's
Right?
where that's where we cook the maple syrup.
Yeah.
So
the
we go
Sap
out.
Shack.
We're
I like that.
We're emptying out the what do you call it? The sap into
sap.
these big gallon pails or whatever, and then you dump them into a barrel, kind of a thing.
It's a vat.
It's a vat.
Yeah,
yeah.
whatever.
You call that?
Fancy
It's,
terms?
yeah, it's just like a big.
I was hoping you'd call it that. It just sounds
I have.
Okay, well, it's the vat.
sappy.
I'm there for the first time.
Sounds sappy.
They've been giving me syrup every year since I've known the Kissels, but I went along for the first time to watch the boil. It is it's worthy of attending. It's a good party. It's like all day thing too. And well, anyways,
Party is what it is. Yeah.
I brought my camera. I was gonna record
I
everything,
was gonna say you got to get that.
and his boy will not relent on that camera. He's got Travis's camera, and he's tucking behind trees, and then he like slowly peers out so his
Oh,
focus.
he's a voyeur. Nice.
So no, not a creepy shit. Yeah, I didn't think of how that sounded.
Is he Doug's kid?
Everybody, for the record, if you're just listening, everybody's looking at me all creepy right now. But like he's doing,
Good job.
kind of.
That's sick.
He's doing creative
jacket.
things with the camera.
Yeah.
Like, I'll sometimes if I'm filming somebody and like, say you're fishing with me on a river and you're cleaning the fish, we're going to do a shore launch. I'm going to go find a big rock if there is one or like a downfall. I'm going to sit behind it with the camera. It's going to be black screen. And I know that I'll be able to transition one clip into this one real seamlessly because of the dark screen. And then I'll slowly rise up as steady as I can. And my focus will either adjust auto or manually. I'll focus on the guy that's cleaning the fish, right? I was watching his boy do that. He was standing behind a tree, and then he slowly moved the camera sideways, so it went from focused on the bark to us pulling sap out of the what tins or whatever the lingo is.
The vats.
All I could think is this
buckets.
kid
Buckets to
literally
vat to tank.
is a little boy. He's already on his way. I mean,
He's thinking about that already.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
it's his life.
I mean, and
You know?
He's really known nothing different. Like,
It's cool.
you know, I always, and I told Sam this a while ago, I said, when they're old enough to hunt, I'm going to put the camera down. And then it became very apparent that they thought that was just what we did. Like,
Yeah.
he couldn't wait to like
That was just part of it.
shoot a deer on camera.
Dude, he will. Dude, your kids will love that shit when they get older.
Oh,
too. You
he's-
get to watch it.
Yeah, it's funny because there's a video, I think you edited it. Yeah, the good luck charm one.
I better have edited it.
He was a little dude, and like I picked him up from school and we shot a doe together, and like he's just being goofy, being a little kid, and he like kind of gets embarrassed by it now. But I'm like, dude, when you're older, you're really gonna appreciate that.
Oh,
Like,
Yeah,
hell
when you're
you get to
30, you're
watch
going
that.
to fucking love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That's when he got out. He ran into the ditch in the tall grass, and he's going down the trail, and he picks up a stick, and he's like holding. He's just a little boy, you know, as innocent as could be, and
Just doing little kid
that,
shit.
that look in his eyes, man, as a dad, you see a little kid. You know what? That's such a great point. It brings me like I hope anybody listening that has kids can relate. When you bring your kid out hunting or fishing. Prime example, I took my boy and my daughter out fishing. We were just fishing on shore below a dam. And, you know, my son's like, hey, Dad, one more cast. I used to ask that question, and I see myself in him even more now. The frustration when a fish gets off, the tears. He caught 2. How come I didn't catch any yet? And just that, like, angst to get your chance. I remember those feelings in, like, looking and watching, observing what other people are doing and trying to imitate. And all, man, it's cool.
I'm looking forward to that too with like all our kids. It's like, we always talk about hunting camp is dying. We can still make hunting camp here, even though Iowa, Illinois, we can still do like 3 nights where we come here and we grill out back and we're drinking beer and we got a fire and the kids are we're cooking marshmallows and like,
Throwing rocks.
you know, just like
At
do it-
windows.
Yeah.
Trucks.
we still
Hitting crackheads,
Hey,
you know,
whatever.
it's like hunting camp's different now, but you know what I mean? It's like,
Hunt camps in town.
we just need to like, we can create that environment with the space we've created. It, you know, when Doug has like 5 or 6 kids, we can get them over here too.
Well, now you got the sleeping space, the
Yeah.
place next door.
Well,
Dude, that's
yeah,
awesome.
and just like the
and
spot.
like the vibes of this are hunting camp to me.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when I
100%,
come
yeah.
here, but like we have a hunting camp that is my dad and uncle built a cabin on a piece of property. Like it's both 5 minutes from their house. No one stays there. Once in a while, someone will, but like it's just a cabin. We have a buck pole. We go there during deer season.
Wood burning stove.
Wood burning stove. We tap a barrel of beer, and like it's hunting camp for a few days.
Dude,
you know.
I didn't have a camp to go to 3 years ago. So I rolled out to Kissel's camp. There's 4 of them guys sitting in there. When I got out of my car, you got that mesquite smell, that aroma coming out of the fireplace. Immediately in that cold, you feel warm. You walk in, you got like sausage sticks, you know, hot sticks that are cut up in
yeah.
like little inch cubes. There's cheese. There's another brick of cheese you can cut your own. You got
that.
spread cheese. I mean, it's Wisconsin, man. We got cheese going
Got the
for
cheese.
days.
The cheese is there.
You know, and then
Where'd you get that
Kissel's,
cheese,
the
baby?
Kissel's, yeah, AJ Kissel, he is just like here, you know, to Travis and I would say he's like our, I don't know,
It's what you strive for.
it's what you strive for in a hunter. Like this guy has been all over the world hunting. He shot so many different big game animals.
we got to
and-
get him in here.
Oh man,
Dude,
if you
I'll
got
work
him
on
in
it,
here,
man.
it would be amazing.
Would he do it?
I don't know if he'd come.
He's too cool.
Maybe.
What do we got to put a wood burning stove in here? or
Yeah,
what?
we'll get the wood burning.
He's
stove.
definitely not the way. Not,
seen that
he's
mission?
not.
He's-
He's not too cool.
He's got
at all.
it. He's got a sheep slam with his bow. I think it would be a great podcast.
Well,
we
he
got to be
shot-
Steve Ranella from to come on, or what's
He got a wild bison. He got
Muskox with his long bow.
muskox with his longbow.
So I get to eat all this shit.
Yeah, so
I've
this
eaten
is what
so
I'm
much
talking
wild
about.
game, dude.
I forgot why I even brought him up. The reason I brought him up is anytime you go by Kissel Compound, you get to try unique wild game items, right? And syrup. And his dad, he
syrup.
picks wild ramps and
Pickles them.
pickles them. And then what are the other things? Beets.
Yeah, beets.
I mean, there's never ending
I'll
unique
fuck up some beats. man.
homemade
so good.
stuff.
You guys do homemade beats?
Well, just pickled ones. We pick them. They're so good.
Dude, I want in on that. What,
I almost want that.
cinnamon.
I almost want
Cinnamon.
that. I almost want that
what?
orange syrup.
Dude, what do I got to do for some of that?
He does cinnamon pickled beets.
No
dude.
way.
They're fire.
I'll buy them.
So you take
I'll bring them with the next batch.
I
of
want the
cereal.
cheese.
you eat a cinnamon pickled beet, and then you do a shot of Fireball with his old man, and that's how you know you're at like the butcher
What?
party. It is
Dude, can we get some before hunting season here? Is that possible?
Probably
Make it happen,
I can
dude.
send it down with Sam. Is it on the way? It is now.
No, this is 2 hours out of the way, but it is totally worth it.
Eric will meet you.
Oh, dude, yeah, I gotta have that. Cinnamon pickled beets. That sounds amazing.
They're good. And then, do you know what like wild ramps are?
I don't know if I even
Ramps?
had
Ramps. They're like
Yeah.
it's like a wild onion. Almost.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Like a
got
onion.
like it's almost like a
It's like a child
garlic
ish.
ball
Yeah.
type deal.
They're
Yeah,
good.
dude,
You got to try them.
You suck.
They're sweet. There's sugar in them.
Oh, I like it. I
My
mean,
my
Yeah, it's
wife
not like an
this
onion.
year
You don't
made
get onion breath. It's sugar breath.
ramp sourdough.
Really?
Fucking awesome.
all right.
God damn.
Amen.
We're
Dude.
missing out.
It's good to have you guys in.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having us.
kind of shit on us with your hunt camp.
Yeah, you guys just won up.
Sorry, did we
The hell?
fuck up your night?
Yeah, kind of.
You guys want to go get dinner at the depot?
Hell yeah, let's do it.
Hey, it's good to see you boys. Where can everyone find Chase Nation?
www.chasenation.tv or look up Chase Nation TV on YouTube.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
You didn't.
You could find us on Carbon TV. We got all 4 different show series out on Carbon TV. We're also on Keys Outdoors Television, KO TV on Roku.
Awesome.
Awesome. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Go shoot your bow.
Oh, shoot.